What's up? What's up, y'all? I'm doing this from my phone, so I won't get to post any pictures, but y'all, I ain't gonna lie. This season, I'm low key over it. I'm I'm ready for decision day. Okay. What's up, Samuela? What's up, SLFRA? Hi, Sabine. Thank you, Justin. Hello, Ornella. Hey, Mari. Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, like please put us out of our misery. It's just so, and I think a part of it is I feel like they are tired of it too. Like it's like I'm tired of seeing them be tired. It started out so good, but they decided to drag it out. Exactly. Hey, Caitlin. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Day. I'm glad you finally made it. This is a lot earlier than what I normally do it. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm just like so over it. Like when I was talking to my cousin Caitlin, she was saying like they should have just did a virtual decision day. And I totally agree. I'm just like it's too long. These people didn't even agree to do it for this long. It's been 4 months. And I feel like the people that don't want to be married anymore could have been made the decision not to be together. Like the people that are still happy, like Woody and Amani and Amelia and Bennett, you know what I'm saying? 4 months don't matter to them. But to people that are struggling, like 4 months, that's a long time. I like this time better. Really? Well, maybe if the people already knew from the jump that it would be 4 months. And also, this isn't like a regular 4 months. This is like quarantine 4 months. I mean, like 2 of those months was quarantine. So, I mean, that's even more stress. I just started watching season 7 and they should definitely go back to 3 couples and 1 hour episodes. I agree, Shannon. I liked it better when it was more like it was less people, less time. Hey, Princess Fula. I wonder why they extended the trial period. I don't know, but I don't agree with the decision. Maybe because they wanted to make sure they had enough footage for the season. Maybe that's why they wanted to, fulfill their obligations. Maybe they had some obligations to fulfill. But oh, she's talking about the time of the live. Oh my bad. My bad. Oh, okay. Well, I might try to start going live earlier then. The show has to have a certain amount of episodes. They couldn't do it with the footage they got from the quarantine time. Okay, that's what I figured it possibly was. That retreat looked more like boot camp without the training. I saw on because after I did my review, I started looking at see what people were saying, and a lot of people did not like those rooms. Hey, Key. So let's just go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. There's not much to say, y'all, but let's just go on in. So how did y'all feel about how do y'all feel about this whole Brett and Olivia situation? I think Brett made the correct decision. I'm proud of him for leaving. I never thought that I would have ever been on Brett's side in defending Brett, but I totally agree. And I think deep down inside, Olivia knows that, I don't know. I feel like she knew that she probably has made some mistakes or didn't handle some things right. And that's why she's so willing. If he was willing to try, she would be willing to try. Because if he did you so dirty, and you know how dirty they were talking about him when when she was moving out, then why would you want to be with him? I'm glad they gonna waste the space this season. I low key agree. I mean, that was just a terrible match from the start. She want to lead that man on while her cat's jumping. Brett did what Henry and Christina refused to do. Exactly. I'm glad Brett ended it, but it was tacky how he did it. Um, I guess you could say it's tacky. If he really didn't let her know that he was moving out, that is trifling. I think, but personally, I think he told her. She just didn't take him. She just didn't take him serious. Can't believe I'm siding with Brett either. But why stay in a relationship that you know isn't working? Exactly. She said her reason for wanting to stay was because she didn't want to fail. That's not a good reason. What's up, Tyranda? He did right. I agree with what Brett did, but also I think they needed more help. I agree. The experts were absent this season. Kind of over it. They both weren't willing to compromise to make their marriage work. Olivia was nitpicking and Brett was pretentious, sarcastic jerk. He was, but I feel like even though he was sarcastic, a lot of what Brett said was like on the money. He just said it in a like jacked up way. And then when she asked him to stop being sarcastic and she didn't like the way he was saying certain things, he changed that. So I mean, I think Brett did what he tried to do what he needed to do, but Olivia wasn't really willing to compromise. What's up, Kelsey? Hey, honey. Did I think Brett did Married at First Sight just to see? He is probably with that girl he was dating before joining, or Christina. She has been disappeared. Oh, well, that would be so scandalous. Henry and Miles should follow Brett's path. I know. I think Brett knew that they weren't going to work because of the kids thing. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a huge deal breaker. Like, if I want kids and you don't, like, I can't be with somebody who doesn't want kids because I want kids. You know what I'm saying? At least one. So I can't imagine being with somebody who doesn't. What's up, Natalie? Brett did the right thing by going home. I appreciate him not wasting our time. Thank you. Thank you. He didn't waste his time and he didn't waste ours. And he really didn't waste Olivia's. Olivia should be grateful. Like, he's not trying to waste your time like a lot of men on this show have. A lot of men on this show have literally wasted these women time. And he set her free. Now, if he gonna be coming back and texting and trying to like hold on to her, like, don't do that. Now, that's when I'm gonna call him a jerk. But I'd rather Henry and Christina leave instead of Brett and Olivia. They're too cringy. I mean, both of them, really. She tried to play it off. She knew she didn't want them to comment when they were rock climbing. Exactly. She knew she didn't want kids. She didn't want to be left. She wanted to do the leaving. Yep, Luke and Matt, they didn't do nothing but waste those women's time. Especially Matt, taking forever to divorce that girl. He was lonely because of C19. Oh. Oh, you think they were physically intimate? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I just feel like it's a waste of an experience if you like, I don't know. Just like what Woody said, if you're gonna try it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're married. So did you really give your all if you weren't willing to be physically intimate? I don't know. Especially after 4 months. All right, you guys, let's move on to Henry and Christina. Now, Henry and Christina just need to let it go because both of them have their issues, but I feel like if you're going to put Christina with somebody, it wasn't going to work anyway. Like, cuz Christina has some severe issues. If you are admittedly someone who was a flamboyant liar, I don't know how any relationship could work. She needs to get some help because, first of all, she's used to toxicity. She's used to men treating her like crap. And I feel like in turn, she has internalized that. And because Henry didn't treat her that way, she treated him that way, you know? And she then, in the beginning, she put up this facade that she was one way when really she's another. And, you know, she's had a bad attitude since the beginning, since the wedding day. So that's why, you know, I feel like even if, like, you could have put any man in Henry's spot and we would have similar results. Every time Christina opened her mouth, I mute the TV. It really didn't make sense for Henry to stay after the accusation from Christine. Exactly. Because if you accuse me of something like that and you literally, whether you made it up or somebody told you and you knew for a fact that it wasn't true, that's trifling. And there's no way I could stay with you. How could I stay with you after that? Christina is a psycho. Why go to the retreat if you know the relationship is not going to work? Exactly. Hey, Maisha. IDK, how Henry and Christina were matched. Right. Henry and Woody's facial expressions are funny. Yeah, like when Christina was like having her fake emotional moments at the table, like they were saying everything with their eyes. Like they were laughing at her. What's up with all those tears? Exactly. Like, how you gonna cry over Brett and Christina breaking up when you wanted not Christina, Olivia and Brett breaking up when you wanted Olivia to leave her? You're the one who told her to leave him, and now you're gonna cry because they're breaking up. This season make me realize a lot of women's idea of masculinity is very bad and unhealthy. I agree. Henry called it like it was saying she didn't imagine him not being attracted to her and started making crazy accusations. Right. Like just because he's not attracted to you, now he's gay. That's not fair. Woody's facial expressions were hilarious. They were. It didn't make sense for both of them to do this show. I don't think they were vetted properly. Either one of them. I was so confused when Henry and Christina showed up to the couples retreat. They're not a couple. They have absolutely nothing, right? Please let that hot mess of a marriage end. She was still trying to pretend like they have something. He's a lean pocket guy. Girl, shut up. Right. Trying to act like she knew him. Like, oh yeah, I know him so well. Girl, stop. She was putting on in front of everybody else and everybody could see it. Everybody was looking at her crazy. Christina is a piece of work. I think Henry just wanted to say he finished it. But Christina and Henry should have let it go. I feel the same way. She did too much. They should have a spinoff of people from previous matches that didn't work and make new matches. That could be interesting. Y'all know I'm a therapist. They need to hire me on the show. Christina needs meds and it's not ADHD. Well, thank you, Shy. She needs a proper diagnosis. I think that since Henry has a meek demeanor, Christina thought she was out, of his league, and therefore he would jump through high hoops to keep her, make her happy. But that wasn't the case. I think Henry know his worth, low key. Henry know his worth, and I don't care what nobody say. Henry makes some good money, and even though he quiet and shy, he know his worth. What's up, Cliff? A lean pocket. Exactly. Who is a lean pocket guy anyway? Who really likes lean pockets? If you do, you need to expand your palette, sir. They both need a paycheck at this point. So they're not letting go. Do y'all think they're staying in it for the chat? Ladies, you was acting up when I was gone last live. So Cliff, you really act like you're the bouncer of this live or something. You act like you the regulator. They should. I'm not. sure what these experts are doing. It's like they are just putting bad matches together for the drama. Like some people have said, I feel like they do put at least one couple on each season that isn't the best match. I'm not saying they set them up purposely to be a terrible match, but they probably, knew they weren't going to be the best match, but put them together anyway because they knew it was going to be, entertaining. Y'all, wait, they get paid to be a part of the show. If they leave early, they don't get the money. So what I heard from last season is that they do get paid, but they get like a bonus or something if they make it to decision day. And so if they don't make it to decision day, then they don't get the bonus. That's what I heard. Keep everyone in check. Oh, we keep you in check. Christina is because she can't fly right now. Oh, yeah, that's right. She's a flight attendant. What is facial expressions alone? Woody's, I'm sure that's what you meant, should earn him a Emmy this year. I think Christina is more interested in hanging out. Christina is borderline delusional. She might as well get a paper hat and call herself Peter Pan. Oh my goodness, she living in Neverland. Yeah, Cliff gonna learn today. Cliff, you a mess. You a mess. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Let's I'm gonna get the happy couples out of the way. Amelia and Bennett. The only thing that really happened that was a little bit shocking is that Amelia and Bennett, when they did that whole exercise, I forgot to talk about this in my review, but when they did the whole exercise and they had to write a letter to their younger self and read it to one another, and Amelia, she did some cute little stuff telling her stuff about, don't do this with your hair. And then she was like, we're gonna meet this great guy and someone wants you to marry someone at first sight, and just do it. And, it was cute and romantic. And Bennett, he made his letter solely about him not keeping, what was it, a Pokemon card, because it was gonna be worth $20,000. And I'm just like, okay, that was a little like, Bennett, clearly we're doing this exercise for, trying to get to know one another, not trying to see your mistakes in life. That, okay, you don't have a Pokemon card that you could have had $20,000. Okay, so they really didn't matter. Yeah, he was oblivious. That's the word I'm looking for, Maisha. He was completely oblivious to the point of writing this letter. And so, yes, Amelia was hurt because it's like he didn't even allude to her in any sort of way. And I think she finally found something that she didn't like about Bennett, or something that turned her off about him, because at one point Bennett couldn't do no wrong. But I'm curious if she's actually going to confront him about that, or if she did off camera. Amelia was definitely in her feelings when Bennett didn't mention her in his letter, but I did like seeing that side of her because she has been smitten with everything else he does so far. Yeah, just like Bennett told her, like, there has to be something that you don't like about me, or something that is going to rub you the wrong way. There's no way you could be so tolerant of someone that you love everything that they do. There's just no way. And so I'm glad they caught it on camera, her feeling that way, because finally, I mean, y'all gonna, I mean, the only way to see if y'all actually gonna make it is to see, the times where where you don't actually like the things that he do. I feel like Amelia lives a bit in fairy tale land. I'm interested to see where the infatuation wears off. Me too. Maybe they should have been more specific with this assignment. This also seems like something they should have done at the beginning of the process. They could have read them at the retreat. That's true. That's true. That's a good idea. The letter didn't need to be about Amelia So Self episode. No, Cliff. Clearly, clearly he could have included a little something, because that's the whole point. They're at a couples retreat, not a individual I'm working on myself retreat. But what about them sharing a toothbrush? I know. Ugh, like they just do so much that I'm just like, to each his own. Y'all do what y'all need to do for y'all relationship, but I could never. I think I blinked really hard because when Bemilia were writing their letters, because I don't remember it. I low-key forgot too. That's why I didn't even write anything down. The bigger issue was Bennett doing the worm in that gown. That was not the worm. That was planking. I thought the assignment was a letter to your younger self that said I wasn't sure why she was pissed. I mean, I don't know. And maybe y'all might be right. I don't know. I just thought, you're on a couples retreat. You think you would include the other person? Like, at least talk to your younger self about, maybe the type of husband you want to be. You don't have to go on a full tangent about, how you're going to find a wife you love and it's going to be amazing. No, just, talk to yourself about what are traits that a good husband would have or something. Bennett's feet were black as usual. He was doing the worm. Oh. Pinky, me and Tyronda was speaking to a woman named Moroccan May, who's from Holland, who's a big fan. What? Shout out to Moroccan May. If you see this video or if you're in this live, shout out to you. Thank you so much. Much love to Holland. Girl, Bennett was trying to do the worm in a yellow gown. My grandma, every time she see him in that, she's like, why is he wearing a dress? That was a big nasty when they shared a toothbrush. Side note, why was Bennett in the bed with all that dirt on the body? He's always on furniture. He's in the bed. He's on the couch. It don't matter. They be putting their black feet on the couch. That's why they said. That's why I said they could have been more specific. It was too vague. Okay, maybe he did. Maybe the prompt wasn't specific enough. Okay, I'll say that. Bennett's oversized mustard shirt was looking musty. Bennett needs to retire the dirty feet and the nightgown. Honestly, if I'm elsewhere, like if I'm not even at my house and I'm walking around like a place that is rented, I'm not going to be walking around barefoot. But that's just me. I would have liked Amani and Woody to do the writing exercise. Yeah, I would have liked to see, the rest of them do it. He was humping the floor. I felt uncomfortable. Okay, so let's move on to Amani and Woody. So first of all, let me say I love Amani and Woody. I love their relationship. They're one of the successful couples from this season. Even if they do have, their minor disagreements, they always seem to work past it. They're doing well. And I think it's because they're so open and honest with one another. And that just goes to show you that the more open and honest you are in this process, especially if you have a partner that does the same, the more it will serve you. And I feel like, Bennett and Amelia and Amani and Woody have that on lock. So, with that being said, I make sure I want to say I love Amani and Woody, but Amani was getting on my nerves this episode. I can't even lie. Cause I'm just like, girl, and even Woody too, because it's like, okay, I know that you all are one of the successful couples, but it just seemed like they were just dipping in other people's business this episode, and it was bothering me. And then somebody gonna say, well, the producers are probably telling them to do it. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. The producers probably were telling them to ask questions, but the way Amani was questioning Henry, I didn't like that because it wasn't necessarily what she was asking him. It was just the attitude behind it. Like, why are you having an attitude asking him that? You don't, you can't demand an answer from him. He doesn't have to answer. He's a grown man. And besides that, the last time he talked to you and told you some of his business, you ran back and told Christina, and that caused problems in their relationship when they were on the right track. So I can understand why Henry wouldn't want to tell you nothing else. They be trying to check other couples. I feel that same way. I'm like, why are y'all trying to check people? Y'all just met each other just like everybody else. I'm glad they didn't win the game. Me too, because that really would have made their head big. At the table when she was pressing Henry, Woody had the nervous smile. I think he wanted to pull her back. Me too. I think Woody low-key was trying, like, I think Woody was nervous a little bit too, because he kind of wanted to hold her back, and then but he just didn't want to say it. And then two, I know he told her about what Christina accused Henry of being gay. I know he told her that. So he probably was a little nervous that was gonna come out. And that, Henry was gonna be looking at him crazy, like, you telling my business. I hope Amani and Woody are getting the experts paid. Right. They're taking the places of the experts. If the experts were more involved, they wouldn't have to do all that. They still don't have to do all that. She gave Henry heat for no reason. I know Amani was wrong, but I love she gave Henry a hard time. Why? Why did you love that? Yeah, some of y'all really don't like Henry. Unpopular opinion, Amani has gotten on my nerves for a while. And yeah, I didn't like the way she came at Henry. Hold on. All right. I'm back, y'all. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Amani, they were doing too much. Caitlin said, if you're gonna press somebody, press Karen. I'm annoyed that neither Woody or her have had a one-on-one with her, considering how close he is to Miles. Exactly. Like, thank you. That is who you should press. That is who needs to be pressed out of this whole situation, to me, because we already know Henry and Christina ain't gonna work. Right, Amani was talking about, I'm asking you though. Henry was scared. I was wondering if Amani was getting side stipend for all her questions. Possibly. I don't blame them for being in other people's business. That's what Black couples do. But let me tell you something. You try to get in my business, I'm gonna politely tell you that's none of yours. Respectfully. Get out of here, Cliff. God put me in you ladies' life to bless y'all with this knowledge. Woody ran back with the tea. I think that the producers are pitting them to be experts. It's wild. She thinks Olivia did no wrong. It was just Brett. I know. And I'm like, I know that's your friend, but Olivia don't have to take no accountability for her relationship not working. Oh Lord, my comments got away from me. Need to be getting other people's business. I'm telling you, because if Amani would have pressed me like that, I probably would have been like, okay, so what is it? What is it that you really want to know? Like, what is it? Because honestly, what's happening between me and my spouse ain't none of your business. I don't be jumping into what you and Woody got going on. Would you like for me to ask about every single fight that y'all have together? I feel like she seems a little nosy, but I feel like she has good intentions. I do for the most part, but when she was pressing Henry, it was a little nasty. It was a little nice nasty. It was a little nice nasty. Hi, Pinky. I'm somewhat of a new viewer, but your videos get me through the week. Oh, thank you, Adriana, for watching. Shout out to you. IDK, but it doesn't seem that Amani and Karen are that close. I know, but I know her and Henry ain't that close either, but she sure was pressing Henry in front of everybody. Amani was being nosy, very nosy. I know. Pinky Amani would have dragged. She wouldn't have touched me. She wouldn't have touched me because, I'll press charges. Don't put your hands on me. I ain't never claimed to be hard. if you can't handle me giving what you give, this ain't Love and Hip Hop or Real Housewives of Atlanta. She used the soft voice to make it nice. Used the soft voice to mask the nasty or the nice. Karen, you know what? Karen really hasn't met up with anybody. I feel like Karen has gotten away. She has scammed the system. She hasn't had to do a lot of the things the other couples have had to do, or other people, individuals have had to do. Even in her own relationship, she's only had to give. Some of y'all thought I said she gave 50%, but I said she didn't even give 50%. In actuality, she's probably giving maybe 15 to 20%. If there's more than 2 episodes left, I'm calling the police. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Karen and Miles, since we already talking about it. Somebody said it's 10%. Somebody said 25, 10%. Go on and put in the chat how much do y'all think Karen has given in this relationship? At what percentage? Karen is operating way under the radar. No one is holding her accountable. Totally agree. The only time Karen got checked by someone in the cast was when Amelia basically. Oh, I missed it. When Amelia basically told her Miles was a good guy and to stop tripping. Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Amelia probably the only one that checked her. You right. Negative 99%, 20%, 10%, negative 5%. 25%, 5%, 3%. Why does no one call Karen out? Negative 10%, 30%, negative 70%, negative a million, over a million, 5%, 7%, 10%, 70%, 25%. Christina, homeless. She definitely needs a check. Dang. 85%. Tiffy, Christina, you must be Team Karen. It's because she cries every time she's confronted. Mm. 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 Henry and Olivia just as bad as Karen. Okay. Okay, I'll give you Olivia. I don't know about Henry. You know what? No, I do give you Henry, because Henry, for the longest, he wouldn't even talk. Free Miles. Yes, Karen, give us nothing. I love when people say that. You funny, Alexis. Thank you, Cliff and Alexis. Make sure you like the video, guys. There's 114 people in here. Dang, it's 114 people in here. Shout out to y'all. Karen is saying the exact same thing she said on the honeymoon. You cannot be still acting like Miles. Look, that's that. Thank you for saying that, because they have not progressed at all. How are 4 months later? How are you still at point A? Y'all haven't even made it to point B, because every time y'all take 2 steps forward, she nitpicks at something that Miles does and drags them 5 steps back into the negative. Because okay, Miles has told you he wants physical intimacy, not necessarily intercourse, intimacy. And y'all have kissed. Well, y'all have been forced to kiss. He every kiss he gets is solicited from him. And in 4 months, you don't make a move to hold his hand, to snuggle up, to kiss, nothing. Nothing. If she say natural and genuine one more time, Woody said it best. They aren't doing good. Miles is lying to himself. I totally, totally agree. She is pretending, because she keeps saying the exact same thing like somebody said before. She is saying the same things that she's been saying since the honeymoon. And Woody was right. Miles is portraying them as being closer than I think maybe Miles actually thinks they're close. But from the outside looking in, honey, I don't think so. But y'all forget Karen is Miles' dream type. Like he'd never get her in real life without work. I don't know about that, Tiffy. Let me tell you something. I don't know, because Miles has been portrayed by Karen to not be attractive, but I know a lot of people that would be attracted to Miles, including, well, okay, I don't want to make it seem like I want Miles, because I want to make it clear I don't. But if I were to see Miles and he were to approach me, and he, I know he's a nice guy, and he has a good job, whatever, I would be very attracted to Miles. And I know a lot of women that would be, because she never intended to make any progress. She never wanted him from the beginning. Mm. Got this man out here running and losing 20 pounds trying to stick to these boundaries. Child. Karen has no balance with Miles. It's all snarky comments and criticism. Someone needs to teach Miles some swag. He's being a yes man. That's not cute. Okay. Now, that's one thing I can agree. I think Miles did go too far as to please her without getting anything in return. He was being a yes man. Whoever gave Karen Miles info is probably protecting her from the conversations she needed to have. Oh, you think somebody in production is protecting her? How long does Karen need? She better say no on decision day. Free Miles. And Woody need to be a good friend and knock some sense into him. I understand trying to be supportive, but this is ridiculous. I do agree, because clearly Woody feels a way about Karen and how she's dealing with the situation, and the fact that Miles isn't necessarily being treated the best. But he's not saying that to Miles. Miles is delusional right now. That's why I respect Brett. And I can't believe I'm saying it, Cliff, but I agree with you. That's why I respect him, because he got up out of there. He's not going to sit up here and be drugged along and even drag her along in this situation. Just let it go. Who these comments going fast? I'm trying to read y'all comments. Yes, to me, you can't fully love someone without loving them in spite of their flaws. I do feel Miles needs to put some bass in his voice and let her know, like, I need X, Y, and Z. And then not only tell her what you need, because Miles has told her what he needed, but he never, like, actually held her to task. Do y'all think Woody has a bit of a toxic personality? Explain why you think he does. Karen be curving Miles like a team captain trying not to pick their friend for a sports activity because they suck. Pinky don't listen to Tiffy. I debate with her every week on Chloe Johnson channel about Karen. She know her heart. Karen, sorry. Why you bust her out like that? Karen is nicer to Woody. Ooh, yes, she is. Low key, I think if she was married to Woody, we would have saw a different Karen. I think there is just something deeper that is causing Karen to be so closed off. I think she possibly needs some help, needs some counseling, because for you to sign up for something like this and remain this closed off, something is wrong. Miles is trying to live up to the commitment he made and his vows, but he is extremely upset now and needs to leave. Yeah, it's time. It's time to go. I hope he says no on decision day. I hope Karen says no. Even if he says yes, I hope Karen says no, just to release him. Karen is much nicer to Woody, which is weird. He's tired of saying the same thing over and over again. Off camera, Woody is telling Miles everything. You think so? I could believe it, because Miles seems like, Woody seems like the type that do not bite his tongue. So he probably don't want to embarrass him on TV or make Karen look bad on TV. But I'm sure he's telling him the real. Karen has pretty privilege working for her. Okay, I can see that, because he is very infatuated with her. I feel like Karen has been through some things that needed to work out in therapy. Especially with this, like, anybody that's in a relationship with someone for 4 years and he goes and has a baby behind your back. I can only imagine how traumatic that is. And what that can do to you to make you not want to trust someone. You think Miles and Karen will both say yes? Sadly, you might be right. OMG, shout out to Deshauna Townsend for your Cash App. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think Woody oh dang, I lost it. Sorry. I read that Woody has a bachelor's degree and also a master's degree, and they really downplayed that on the show. I really thought he was only a coach. Yeah. I knew that, but you're right. They don't really bring that up often. But then again, they don't bring up the fact that Miles has 2 master's degrees, and I think he's working on another one. That they mentioned that in the beginning, but I don't know if they're necessarily trying to downplay it. I just know Woody and Miles stay gossiping. I know, right? You know Woody told Miles everything about Harry and Christina's situation. You already know. Okay, Woody was being pushy, like, bro, she is fine. You should, but a time limit. Put a time. I don't think you should put a time limit on, pushing someone to be physically intimate. But I do think it's weird that they haven't progressed at all when it comes to any sort of intimacy, like kissing or hugging or touching, without Miles having to initiate it. Sorry, y'all, I had to get my charger. I hope Miles says no and releases himself to the streets. The ladies are waiting. When I tell you these women cannot wait until decision day, why would Miles listen to Woody? Because, Woody isn't, say what you want about Woody, but him and Amani are doing good. But like they said, if they didn't have that, chemistry from the beginning, and so many similarities as far as what they want in life, it wouldn't be so smooth like it's going. Yes, she needs help big time. She acts like an ice queen to Miles and nice to everyone else. She treat him like that's her child or something. Karen has more to offer than just being pretty. Miles sees that. But she's not offering any of that to him. She's so timid, one of those people you can't even imagine raising their voice. Oh, I don't know about that. I could see her going off. I could see her going off, just not in front of the camera. She's used to men chasing after her, which is why she's attracted to toxic men who treat her bad. Ooh, wee. I'm missing a lot of this conversation. I'm tired of the excuses for her. Women get hurt in relationships every day. Her behavior is unacceptable. And if she is that tore up, she should have never signed up to get married. Yeah, I totally agree. Karen is one of those people that should have never signed up for this show. Henry is another one. Karen ain't no model type. Karen is pretty. Y'all don't do that. Don't do that. Now, I'm not going to go in on her looks because I really do think she's a pretty girl. Karen and Miles connect in other ways. They are in sync with one another. They are in sync as friends, possibly. But I wouldn't even want a friend that treated me like Karen treats Miles. Somebody on my last review said this has been the longest first date ever. Yeah, y'all get Cliff together. Y'all get Cliff together because Karen is cute. Don't even do that. Hate to say it, but Woody got swag. Miles don't. Oh. I think Miles has a little bit. I think he just doesn't mind playing the simp role when it comes to a woman that he really likes. I can't forget how stiff she was in that hammock. Been a stiff party pooper ever since. Yeah, she is real stiff. Be making them stiff neck faces. Yes, she be so stiff. I'm like, Karen, loosen up a little bit. Just loosen up. Let your hair down. Even her friends know she be on like professional mode. Karen is very attractive, but the aloofness is what makes her unattractive. Thank you. It's not her looks, because I feel like she's a pretty woman. It's her attitude. It's her attitude. Swag isn't as important to me as other qualities. And yeah, I mean, obviously, swag really, in the scheme of things, what does that matter? I mean, I personally think Miles does. I just think, he dims himself down a little bit for Karen. She wants a thug type, which Miles is not the kind of guy that cheats and has a baby with someone. Miles is a good Southern gentleman. One thing you could say about Miles, you don't never have to worry about that. Say what y'all want, but Karen and Miles will make it a lifetime if they make it past the D-Day. I really hope they, at least one of them says no. Karen is scared of her shadow at this point. Do they sleep in the same bed every night? Miles can't even get a real kiss. Exactly. Miles is too soft. See, the thing is, I don't think Miles is soft like with others, but when it come to Karen, I have to agree. If you that much of an introvert, you don't need to do this show. I've tried to give Karen the benefit of the doubt, but she comes off as selfish the whole time. Me too. I had to be honest with myself because I really could have been going harder with Karen and because I had to think about it like this. If Karen was a man and Miles was a woman, I would have been like, if Miles was acting the way Karen was, I would have went off on him. Went off on him for that behavior. So I just had to come to terms with the fact that I just can't, I can't defend that. What Tiffany in here saying? Somebody said she trolling us. He looked like he be giggling. Y'all not used to being around goofy guys. Y'all must not have ever been around anybody goofy before. Miles is just like a goof troop. He jokes around. You know what I'm saying? He likes to have fun. He's not uptight. What type of willpower does Karen have? Women have needs too. Right. I mean, because say what you want about Miles, but he's not unattractive to me. So, I mean, I don't get it. Miles stayed in the unfiltered, addressing negative comments about Karen like he would whip some butt. He is not soft. He's just a good person. Right. I agree. I think if it came down to it, if he had to fight somebody for Karen, he would whoop some tail. But just when it comes to her, like addressing her, he turns into this big softy, big teddy bear. Miles is secure with himself, and that's swag. That's the kind of swag I want. Someone who is secure in themselves, where they don't feel like they have to change themselves for somebody else. That's what I'm looking for. I don't need you to be, just so swagged out. Why y'all don't get on Olivia and Henry like Karen? They give no affection. Well, first of all, who can give some affection to Christina with how she be acting? And second of all, I do get on Olivia. Olivia is toxic too. Yeah, I agree. They are married, and I think Miles takes that seriously. I agree. All right, y'all. It's been 53 minutes. I'm going to stay on here a few more minutes, and then I'm going to jump off. Miles is a helpmate and a good communicator. Make sure you leave a like. Karen has been checked out since she saw that IG page at the wedding. And you know what? I do think they did set the tone. I will say, I'm not saying it's an excuse at all, but just looking back over this season and how she is with him now, I really think that did set the tone. Miles has more balls than Karen thinks, bringing up race issues in front of everyone, not faking the fun. I agree, because that's not an easy thing to bring that up in front of everybody, especially, white people. You don't know how they're going to react to that. And you know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't, did nobody else black in the room do that? And nobody barely backed him up. Karen didn't even rub his back or hold his hand and support him. Now that I think about it, I'm like, that's kind of trash. The black people in the room at least should have been, had his back and should have, at least nodded in agreement and said a few words. Are you going to do a live discussing This Is Us? I should. When does it come on again? Tuesday? I might, because I really do like that show. So I might do a live because I know it's going to be good. Karen knew that Miles wasn't her type, and she stayed true to that. But you know what? You're not allowed to have a type if you come on a show called Married at First Sight. you're not allowed to have a type because you put it in somebody else's hands to choose your husband, and that includes the looks. Okay, so that means you're supposed to be open enough to step out of your box of what you normally choose or what you normally like, and give whoever they set you up with a chance. That's the whole point of this show. If you've ever watched any season of the show, you know that's what this is. From the very first season with Jamie and Doug, and Jamie looked at Doug one, like, the first moment she saw him, she was not attracted to him at all. At all. But you're supposed to give these people a chance anyway. That's the whole point. I think they all talked and elected Miles as a spokesperson. Kay wasn't sitting near him. She was sitting right next to him. She could have held his hand. I think so too. I can't wait for his page to go public because I want to look at it like, what could she have possibly seen to make her so detached? Right. It took a real man to address that issue. I love This Is Us. That's my show. The whole army of women like Miles, he needs to go ahead and free himself. We should have a watch party with the reunion. Do y'all have any ideas of how I could set something like that up? I wouldn't even know how to begin. But then again, y'all, I probably wouldn't even be able to do that in the first place. Not a live one. Props to Miles, that was very masculine. Oh, dang. That's messed up. Karen didn't even support Miles by reaching out to him during the talk about the tragic loss of Black men. Miles don't want them women's. I think Miles is not gonna have any problems finding a woman when this is said and done. If he and Karen don't work out, he will not have any issues. It's her subtle mannerisms for me. She never makes eye contact. When he is talking, she always looks disinterested. There's always so much space between them. It's draining. Yes. I totally agree. I think you can go live on Instagram and show your screen. Okay, I might do that. Um I think I might do that, but see, the thing is, I'm not gonna be able to do it right when it comes on. But whenever I watch the replay, like, because I have it on my DVR, whenever I watch that, I might go live. But I'll let y'all know if I do that or not. I'll announce it. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining my live. This was a really good one. I was so excited to talk to y'all about this because honestly, I've been enjoying reading my comments on my reviews and this live way more than I like to watch the show. The show is sort of like the catalyst, but I really just like to talk to y'all about the show more than I even like to watch it. So shout out to everyone in here. I love you all. Make sure y'all leave a like on this video. I will be back with a review next week. I'm trying to do more lives, so make sure your post notifications are on. Hit the bell. Hold on. Make sure your post notifications are on, because I'll be going live randomly. Yeah, I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. Um, bye bye.